Estamos trabajando en algo que ya queríamos hacer por ya mucho tiempo. Mi papá, Doroteo Martínez, sufre de dolores de toda la vida, ¿no? Era un deportista extremo y pues ya le está cobrando la factura, ¿no? De todo el deporte. Y ya llevamos rato queriendo solucionar ese problema, ¿no? Y hemos tratado de diferentes formas. Va a Tijuana a masajes, o acá de este lado ya ha venido a diferentes quiroprácticos también, y eso es lo que estamos tratando de intentar ahorita. Yo y mi hermana, no que conozcamos mucho, pero nos gusta mucho de eso de los ajustes. De hecho, ella me introdujo a este ambiente desde chicos. Ella me enseñó cómo tronar la espalda y pues nos lo hacíamos uno al otro, ¿no? Ella me tronaba la espalda y yo le tronaba la espalda a ella. Y pues creemos en esto. O sea, yo ya también he estado metiéndome un poquito más a lo que son canales de YouTube que se avientan a ese tipo de trabajo. Y pues es una oportunidad de las dos formas, ¿no? O sea, podemos conocer un poquito más de lo que es este ambiente, y también al mismo tiempo pues ayudar a mi papá, ¿no? De que se sienta mejor, de que pueda empezar a sentir un poquito más de alivio. Y pues en eso estamos ahorita. Ya de hecho fuimos una vez con estas personas con las que vamos ahorita y nos gustó el trato, nos gustó el ánimo de la persona, del doctor. Pues vamos a ir a visitarlos una vez más, esta vez con nuestro amigo Marco, que nos haga el favor de comentar. Y yo creo que va a estar haciendo un segmento que se va a estar reocurriendo, ¿no? Vamos a estar trabajando en ello para que abramos un nuevo canal de YouTube. Y pues son varias oportunidades en uno, ¿no? Y pues sí, vamos a llevar esto a cabo y a ver cómo nos va. Ahorita estamos en camino para allá. Está en National City, este lugar donde vamos. Parece que tenemos un poquito de tráfico ahorita en el camino para allá. Y pues sí, amigos, ahorita nos vemos en la oficina y les damos un poquito más de detalles al respecto. Here we are with the chiropractor himself. Hey, can you introduce yourself, please?
Could I describe myself?
Introduce yourself. Your name?
Oh, my name is Dr. Thomas N. Smith, and I have been in practice since, I graduated in 1976, and went to Palmer College of Chiropractic, which is supposed to be the Harvard of Chiropractic School, the original school. And I have probably seen 30,000 treatments in my lifetime. So I'm 71 years old, but still going strong, and that's about it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So we have here quite a specimen from, I don't know if you remember from last time, he told you a little bit about himself and how he, he's been dealing with pain for quite a long time now. And we're looking for alternatives to pain medications and stuff like that. And me myself, I'm a big advocate for the chiropractor practice.
Okay.
I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and I try to get to know a little bit more about the whole process and stuff. And so yeah, I believe he's tried a couple other chiropractors, but we're here with you today, and we liked our past experience with you. We felt he felt a little bit of relief. I felt a good amount of relief myself. So we're back with you, and this time we brought the cameras so we can document this whole thing, right?
Well, okay, fine. I only have one problem. If he keeps turning his head this way, he'll never be able to look the other way. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
There you go.
Got to move the camera on that side. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do here right at first is I'm going to have him lay down face up, and I'm going to palpate his neck to see if I can feel any misalignments. And basically what I'm looking for, each vertebra has a couple little bones that stick out on the side, and if the bone laterally moves one way or the other as I go up and down his neck, I could feel these bones kind of sticking out. Of course, when I find them, it can be a little bit tender there for them. Then once I find them, then we're going to go ahead and sit them up and realign these bones to take the pressure off the joints of the spine, and when you increase mobility, it slows down degeneration in the neck. All right, so let's have you go ahead and lay down face up on the table there. We'll put a little lotion on there. Helps my fingers to be more sensitive to find these bones out of place. I've got one right about there, and you can tell because he makes faces when I put my finger there. It's not too bad though. And there's a dual purpose of putting this lotion on. First off, it does make my fingers more sensitive to find the bones that are out. But second, it's kind of an analgesic lotion which helps to relax the muscles down before we do the manipulation of the bones. So he's got one out on this side that's about the second cervical vertebra down from the skull. And then we're going to check out the other side. And on this side, he's got one at the level of about C4, about the fourth one down from the skull. And most people, by the time they reach 50 years old, have some arthritis in their neck or some disc space narrowing, some wear and tear just from gravity, and even things that could have happened to us when we were children that don't show up until later in life. He's very full on the back of the neck, which can mean that he can have either a straightening or reversal of a normal C-shaped curve to the back of the neck. All right. So we're going to go ahead and have you sit up here now and put your feet this way. Now I'm going to make sure this table's all the way down. There we go. All right, I want you to turn your head this way, and I want you to lay your head down in my hand sideways, real loose. There we go. Excellent.
That's a good one.
Very good. Now we're going to do the other side here. I want you to turn your head toward me. Look up, look down, look back, look forth. Good. Excellent. Good job. Now, go ahead and just stand up right there for a second. Let me trace down your spine. Okay, and right in the middle of his back here, he's got a vertebra, like when I place my two fingers on his spine, right here they go off to the left a little bit. So he's got one vertebra, which is right about the 9th thoracic vertebra, that corresponds with his 9th rib here, going off to the left. So we're going to address that when he lays face down. So go ahead and lay face down on the table. And what I want you to do when you get on the table, I want you to pull your arms in underneath you like this and put your face in your hands. Okay? So go ahead and lay down there. And pull your elbows back this way, and then rest forward into your hands there. Good. Okay, it kind of changes the opposite direction when you lay down in here. Okay, I want you to breathe in and out 3 times. Inhale, exhale. Okay, again, inhale, exhale. One last time and leave your breath out. Inhale, exhale, leave it out. Good, good, good. All right. Good job. Now you can take your hands out. Here, look at me this way. Spit those bones in there. Okay. All right, very, very good. So now we're going to take them up a little bit. And of course, gravity is always pushing us down this way, or pushing us down this way, jamming our joints, making us get shorter as we get older, just because gravity every day is pushing down. So now we're going to stretch them out a little bit. This is very good for the lower back, since our fifth lumbar vertebra and our sacrum take all the way to the trunk. So this is kind of a form of traction. And we can take each spinal segment and push it up as the table's going down to help open up each joint. The thoracic area, we have 12 thoracic bones that correspond to our 12 ribs. And the ribs have a tendency to hold our back still. So that's usually why we end up getting more pain in our lower back and more pain in our neck, because they don't have any ribs to guard them. However, when we do get a misalignment in our thoracic spine or where our ribs are, they have a tendency to stay there because it's more of a solid part of the spine. And most of the pain that we get on our back isn't from the large nerves that come out in between. It's from the joints of the spine. Each square vertebra has two joints that come down and they overlap like this, and they get stuck or they get crooked. And this just helps to open them up. And sometimes we get some bones in here that no matter how hard you try to push on it, they're just so stuck they don't want to move. And to help pre-loosen them up, we have an instrument like this that you could turn on. And it's like an impact tool. It goes tap, 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 just like if you're trying to break a nut loose on a bolt with a wrench and you can't get it, so you take your hammer and you tap that wrench and it loosens it up. It has these cooling fans in there that are kind of noisy. But and then, since God didn't give us long enough arms to reach our own back, we can't adjust ourselves. This just helps to increase the circulation along the spine. We have certain specialized cells that replace sick and injured cells, or special cells that help get rid of inflammation. And this just helps to speed that process up. Now, where most people get into trouble, I mean, probably the number one reason people come to a chiropractor is because of low back pain. And a lot of the precursor to any type of low back pain is if somebody has a functional short leg on one side. Like if we look down here, we can see that when we put the feet together, that the right one is a little bit shorter than the left one. And you can see that, you know, when you look almost straight down over it. But what usually causes that to happen is not that the long bone in the leg is short. Very few people have a anatomical short leg unless they had polio or they had a fracture of the leg that didn't heal right. Most of it is caused by a rotation in the pelvis. the leg bone, the head